Shalom, Israel. It's that time again. The ISUPK, under Commanding General Yahana, presents the Lord's 57th Annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 57th Annual Passover, April 4th, 2026, in Houston, Texas. All Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans are commanded to observe the Lord's Passover. This will be the biggest Passover to date. You do not want to miss this. Fresh lamb, fresh wine, and bitter herbs as commanded by the Most High. Only $200 per person, ages 17 and up. The biggest event of the year. There is only one Passover, and it's under Commanding General Yahana. See you there, Israel. Shalom.
Nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and warlike apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us. Watch where you stepping.
Hey, Shalom. Shalom. This is Officer William of the ISUPK under Commander General Hanna. Real quick, with a real quick breakdown on Islam. I mean, I know a lot of people looking for something to follow. I see a lot of Blacks and Hispanics turn to Islam. So we're going to do we're going to try to turn this into a series, right? Like I said, we won't be very long, but I just want to break a couple of things down in the Quran, and we might go into the Hadiths, right? So let's get right into it, right? The title of the class is, Can Blacks and Hispanics Follow an Arab Prophet? Can Black people and Hispanic people follow somebody who is not of their own race? Now, we know the answer in the Bible, right? Which is no. But since we're talking about Islam, we're going to go straight into the Quran. All right, here we go. Let's go straight into it. Hold on, let me minimize myself, and we'll pull up the book they want you to follow. Right? So this is the Quran. The chapter is chapter 14 and verse 4. Here it says, this is supposed to be Allah speaking, the God of the Arabs. He says, we sent not a messenger except to teach in the language of his own people in order to make things clear to them. Does this sound like somebody who was sent to everybody? Does this sound like somebody who was sent to Black people and Hispanic people? I'll read it again. We sent not a messenger except to teach in the language of his own people in order to make things clear to them. And then it goes ahead and said, now Allah leads straying those who he pleases and guides whom he pleases. This is a whole different topic here. And by the way, well, I want to go on topic, but this is not what it says. This is a false translation, right? But this is the part I want you to focus on. He sent a messenger to his own people in their own language, right? Hold on. We're going to pull another verse in here, right? We're going to pull this chapter here, right? Chapter 41, verse 44. Watch this. He says, this is Allah again speaking. He says, had we sent this as a Quran in the language other than Arabic? If we sent the Quran in any other language besides Arabic, they, who's they? The Arabs. They would have said, why are not its verses explained in detail? What? A book not in Arabic and a messenger not in Arab, or a messenger Arab? Meaning that, why would you send us a book that is not in Arabic, our language, and why would you not send us a messenger who is not an Arab. You understand that? So right here, Allah is saying he has to send them a book in Arabic and a messenger that is an Arab, that is of their own people. Why? Because if he did not, they would have the right to question Allah and say, we will reject this prophet. By the way, Muslims always say they accept all the prophets in the Bible. No, they don't. No, they don't. Because right here, they're only going to accept who? An Arab prophet. They're not going to accept Moses. How do you know they don't accept Moses? Do they follow any of the laws Moses gave? Do they celebrate any of the holidays Moses established? Do they celebrate Passover? I mean, do they celebrate Purim? Do they do anything that the prophets of the Bible said to do? No, they don't. So again, I'm going to read it. Had we sent this as a Quran in the language other than Arabic, they would have said, why are not its verses explained in detail? What? A book not in Arabic and a messenger not in Arab? I mean, so Allah is basically agreeing with them that they should get a book from in their language by their fellow Arab. You understand what I mean? This is not for you, black man or Hispanic man. I mean, we're gonna get a little bit more, but I want you to think about that. I really want you to think about what we just read, because Allah won't do that to them. Why? In fact, let me ask you this question. If that's the case, if the Arabs get to reject a prophet that is not Arab, an Arab like them, and does not speak their language, and Allah understands it and agrees with it and submits to it and say, you know what? I will send you an Arab prophet like you. Why can't we reject a prophet that's not of us? And here's another question. If Allah sent them an Arab, black man, where is your prophet? Hispanic man, where is your prophet? If Allah sent them a prophet for them, surely you have the right to demand a prophet for yourself. Hey, what's going on, Ayaka, y'all? Hey, congratulations, priest. Very proud of you. Excellent work. I mean, so they had the right to reject any prophet Allah sent them. Well, damn, I want to reject an Arab prophet. You understand why? Because I don't speak Arabic. My culture is not Arabic. I don't understand the Arab world. And sidebar, I'm not breaking this down for any Arab to leave Islam to come and join me. I'm not trying to do that. I'm not interested in that. You understand? And that's the beauty of the UPK. You know, and hey, what's going on, Officer Corralacum? And the UPK is a beautiful thing because we let you keep your culture. We will never go to an Arab and say, hey, Arab, Islam is the wrong way. Come follow us. No, you stay with what you have. We're talking to black people and Hispanic people, our people. We can't follow that God. You understand me? We can't follow that God. Let's get a little bit more. Like I said, I won't be very long-winded. I just want to do a really quick breakdown on Islam. All right, so I'm going to move this. I'm going to bring this up now. Hold on. Let's share the screen here. Watch this. Now we're going to go to the hadiths. The hadiths are, it's not in the Quran, but the hadiths are basically sayings of the prophet that were recorded, right? So this is in Sahih Muslim. This is the grade of it, which means it's authentic, right? Because Muslims have a thing where they try to say a lot of hadiths are not authentic, which means what? The Muslims are lying? The people who wrote it are lying? I mean, watch what it says here. It says, Allah has commanded you to recite to your people the Quran in one dialect. So this is supposed to be talking with the Prophet Muhammad. right? Upon this, the Prophet Muhammad said, I ask from Allah pardon and forgiveness. My people, who's his people? The Arabs are not capable of doing it. Are not capable of doing what? Of reciting the Quran in one dialect. So Allah has given the order to recite the Quran to his people in one dialect. He says they won't be able to do it. Why? Because even amongst the Arabs, there's different dialects. So Arabic is a vast language, right? So now Allah responds and says, Allah has commanded you that you should recite the Quran to your people in two dialects. So he gave them an additional dialect. Upon this, the Holy Prophet, again said, I seek pardon. And by the way, when you see things in parentheses, like for example, it says the Holy Prophet, it doesn't say that in the text. If you translate the text, it doesn't say the Holy Prophet. This is them adding their own stuff. I mean, we see say the Holy Prophet here, Gabriel here. It doesn't say that in the actual translation, but this is them trying to make you understand what it's saying, right? Allah has commanded you that you should recite the Quran to your people in two dialects. Upon this, the Holy Prophet again said, I seek pardon and forgiveness from Allah. My people would not be able to do so. Black man, you sitting in Philadelphia or in Baltimore, you don't speak Arabic, yet you're reciting it. But here, the Arabs could not do it, according to this text. He, Gabriel, supposed to be the angel that's talking to Muhammad, came for a third time and said, Allah has commanded you to recite the Quran to your people in three dialects. Upon this, he said, I ask pardon and forgiveness from Allah. My people will not be able to do it. You understand that? I don't know if y'all understand what's going on here. I'm not sure y'all understand what's going on. Hey, what's going on, sis? Sis Princess Takai, good to see you, sis. I mean, I won't be long, just doing a real quick breakdown. I mean, he won't be able to do it. They won't be able to do it. And these are the Arabs. So what hope does some poor black man in America have in being able to understand and recite this religion that the Arabs themselves can't do? He then came to him for a fourth time and said, Allah has commanded you to recite the Quran to your people in 7 dialects. So he skipped 4, 5, 6. He went straight to 7. And whichever dialect they would recite them, they would be right. Recite the Quran in 7 dialects. By the way, the Muslims say there's only one Quran. According to Muhammad, there's 7 different Qurans out there in 7 different dialects. And whichever way they recite them would be right. Once again, the source is Sahih Muslim 821a. You understand? So what's the point? The point is, number one, we seen that Allah sent the Quran to the Arabs, for the Arabs, so that they could understand, not for you. Number two, the Arabs had the right to reject any prophet who was not an Arab. And number three, the Arabs themselves cannot recite the Quran. What hope do you have when you learn 2 or 3 Arabic words and think you could go and recite Quran? First of all, you don't even know what the hell you're saying when you recite that Quran. You understand? I'm going to tell you another thing too. Be very careful of any religion that is very repetitive in, ceremony. You so busy bending down, putting your head to the floor, you're not even asking questions or understanding anything that's going on. You don't understand the religion. And let me tell you, most Arabs, most Muslims, even Arabs I've spoken to, don't understand the Quran, don't understand the Hadiths. It's just a culture for them. That's why sometimes I start to speak to them, ask them questions. They won't even know that this is in their books. They don't even know what's in their Qurans. I pull Quran verses, they're like, what? I mean, I'm going to show you. Going forward, I'm going to try to do this every week, man. I'm not going to hold anybody very long, but I'm going to show you what's really in the Quran and why black people should not follow it. You understand what I mean? With that, I mean, once again, we are the ISUPK under Commander General Hanna. We teach blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians that you are the real Jews, and you should not follow any man who is not of your own people. You understand what I mean? They have a right to not follow us. We should have a right to not follow them. Shalom.
Shalom, Israel. It's that time again. The ISUPK under Commanding General Yahanna presents the Lord's 57th Annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 57th Annual Passover, April 4th, 2026 in Houston, Texas. All black Hispanics and Native Americans are commanded to observe the Lord's Passover. This will be the biggest Passover to date. You do not want to miss this. Fresh lamb, fresh wine, and bitter herbs as commanded by the Most High. Only $200 per person ages 17 and up. The biggest event of the year. There is only one Passover, and it's under Commanding General Yahanna. See you there, Israel. Shalom.
Nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and war like apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us. Watch where you stepping.